Good afternoon. So from our standpoint, the last day and a half has been really eye-opening because everything we've heard is sort of the foundation of what we use to build the products that we make. And so when Jeff had asked us to present over here at the forum this year, he wanted us to sort of give a bit of context about what we do and why we do it, and why we approach it the way that we do. So to understand that a little bit, I think it makes sense to understand a little bit about our background really briefly. Our team, prior to 8tree, our team had been building 3D precision optical measurement instruments for about 23 years, mainly structured light illumination-based equipment. And for those of you familiar with metrology equipment, you're probably familiar with the fact that it's a very broad, very fragmented landscape. Amazing technology, amazing people. But what we ended up seeing was, coming from that industry, we saw that it was sort of highly skilled engineers and scientists making equipment for highly skilled engineers and scientists. And as long as you threw enough resources at it, you spent enough time on it, you really got a usable information out of it. But then what we saw is, in most cases, if it was industry that was seeking to employ the equipment, the user would be left with millions of points of 3D cloud data, and they had to make sense of it. So our notion was, well, what if we actually designed it in a way that was designed for the actual operator? So a lot of the talks that we've heard the last couple of days, and a lot of the momentum and the thrust in the vision industry is all about, as we see it, it's to a certain extent, and I won't be as bold as to say all of them are this way, but a lot of the applications are about, essentially, how do we transition the human being out of the equation and let automation take over, and let whether it's machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, let all of those sort of autonomously take the role of the human being. And that may essentially be the path of the future, but what we see is there's going to be a long sort of drag-out haul where a lot of industries, there are human operators, and what we're betting on is that helping augment their judgment, making them more efficient, and creating sort of equipment and tools that empower them is where there's an opportunity over the next decade or two.